and we've got trouble behind him, Rick. Around they go.
Yeah, stay down, go up.
It looked like it was Eric Almirola that was the first to go sideways and then collecting numerous cars behind him.
Murray actually comes down and gets onto the left front. It's on from there. I mean, we talked about it earlier. As soon as somebody makes a mistake and you're in this big pack of cars, you're going to take a lot of people with you. It's just how it happens. You can, some of these cars riding around the back actually got in the wreck as well. So one mistake by a driver, a mistake by two drivers, and this is what happens. It's not just those two.
And a bump there by the 48. The back bumper of Jamie McMurray. 78 of Martin Truex Jr. caught up. Danica Patrick also. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88. Brian Scott up on the hood of the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Chris Buescher, 23-year-old out of Prosper, Texas, was involved.
We're on board with Jamie McMurray. You see him just saw the wheel, that small movement. He just couldn't save it. Hard impact, and look at the multiple impacts. Another shot. 3 big hits for Jamie McMurray.
And look at Kevin Harvick, how far underneath Brian Scott he is. The rear tires are on the roof of the 4 car.
Matt DiBenedetto in the 83 is up underneath the 4. And the Sparks.
And another big crash on the backstretch, Rick.
Man, and right up in front of more traffic.
Behind you in 3.
Ryan Newman's in it.
David Reagan is in it.
Well,
Fire.
And Chris Buescher was in it as well.
Chris Buescher involved. The 83 of Dylan Lupton up on top of the 31. The Fire underneath the hood of the 23. And the 14 of Tony Stewart.
So he's ripped the whole lines out of the 14.
Stop right here, Lisa.
The 31 and the 14. There's some contact right here heading into turn 1. The 31 accelerates, gets inside the 14 as they enter the backstretch.
And we've seen this several times. The cars having, getting into turn 1, and the 14 just kept coming down on the 31 on the back straightaway. He wasn't happy maybe with what went on in turn 1, and
big impact by the 23. And you see right there, Chris Buescher kind of bounces between them. Yeah. Luckily gets through, but that was a really big impact for the 23 of David Reagan. It was great to see him climb out. This would be a great view of it, Jeff.
Outside 14. 19 straight back, looking inside tight, inside tight, inside tight. We got wrecked hard right here. Got wrecked hard.
Carl Edwards in the 19 coming up the racetrack.
I mean, if you felt like that the 14 came down on the 31 getting into turn 1, so the 23 really into the back of the 31 hard.
So unfortunate for David Reagan, but what this in essence does is it clinches the chase spot for Chris Buescher. Around goes the 48. Jimmy Johnson around and into the wall. Caution comes out again.
See the 48, he just got in there and got loose. I mean, plain and simple, he was underneath another car, lost the side force, lost down force, had to chase up the racetrack. It just got away from him.
Yeah, almost in a 3-wide position. I don't think if he was completely 3-wide, but Kyle Busch was looking underneath the 48. He had another car on the outside of him. It looks like it was the 21 of Ryan Blaney.
And you see he gets in the corner, goes to the yellow line like he'd want to go, and see it start to wiggle. Now it's just gets away from him. He just tried to keep the pace up, because on these restarts, like I said, you can't give up spots. So he got a little free. He went ahead and went to the throttle thinking he could carry the speed off the corner. He just 3 wide.
Oh, and around goes the 21 of Ryan Blaney. Chase Elliott as well. The 2 youngest on the racetrack are around.
I saw it 3 wide, and I wondered how in the world is that going to work, and it didn't.
Chase Elliott actually looked like his car was relatively in control. The 21 lost control of his car first and had no choice as he went up the racetrack and caught barely in the left rear of the 24, sending him around as well.
This all started because everybody's trying to make something happen. 78 gets pulled around by the 4 car, slows everybody up. Now we're 3 wide going into the corner. Somebody's got to make a decision right here. Do I want to be 3 wide? 21 gets loose, gets into the side of the 24.
I heard him say 3, and I really didn't know how that was going to work, because there's really not enough room. I felt like I was about at the top of the gray, or the bottom the bottom of the gray, about as at the top of the black as I can be without getting up in the mess. So, you know, I try to give as much room as possible. But hey, that's racing, I guess, and we'll try to go get him next week.
You got middle of 3 and someone on your bumper, and with a package that is really hard to race 3 wide with. And
around they go on the backstretch. Chris Buescher involved in the 34. 44 of Brian Scott also involved in this one. A lot of damage to the 34. Look at the front of that race car. There, the 44 of Brian Scott is sideways. Saves it coming off of 2, but then looks as though Kyle Larson may have been in the back of him when he came off of 2. And there's the heavy contact.
Yeah, and you saw the backfire out of the tailpipes of the 44 as he was trying to save the car. It looked like he was maybe on and off the throttle. His speed probably reduced. The 42 is right behind him. You see the safer barrier doing a good job absorbing some of the impact there.
Right along with Dale Jr.
Keep coming low. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Totally clear, 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 clear. Big wreck back here. Caution's out. Good job.
You see the 44 underneath the 11 in a compromising position. That makes you loses all his momentum. The 42's in the back of him. Tony Stewart barely gets by. The 34, big impact. 47.